pranayama, equal inhales and exhales. So let's set a metronome. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Inhale. Exhale, engage Mula Bandha, lift up at the pelvic floor. Keep that lift through the whole practice. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale. Exhale, 6. Inhale. Exhale, 7. Inhale. Exhale, 8. Inhale. Exhale, 9. Inhale. Exhale, 10. On the inhale, lift the right leg up into a down dog split. Exhale, bring the right knee into the chest, bring the shoulders over the wrist. Inhale, step the right foot forward in between your hands. Exhale, push through the left heel. Inhale, lift the torso up, bring the arms alongside the ears in a high lunge. Exhale, find your balance. Inhale, extend the right leg as you lift the left heel away from the floor. Exhale, bend the right knee, push through the back of the left heel without bending the left knee. Inhale, extend the right leg. Exhale, bend. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend 3. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend 4. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend 5. Inhale, hands down to the earth, press into the hands. Exhale, stepping back, downward facing dog. On the inhale, lift the left leg up into a down dog split. Hello, Jen. Exhale, bring the left knee into the chest, bring the shoulders over the wrist. Step the left foot forward in between the hands. Exhale, push through the right heel without turning it down, keeping the hip closed. Inhale, lift the torso up, arms alongside the ears in a high lunge. Exhale, find your balance. Notice if that hip is turning out. Inhale, extend the left leg as you lift the right heel away from the earth. Exhale, bend. Inhale, extend, don't rush. Exhale, bend. Inhale, extend 3. Exhale, bend. Inhale, extend 4. Exhale, bend. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend the left knee. Inhale, place the hands on the floor, pressing the hands. Exhale, step back to a downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to a plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Soften the knees, slowly walk the feet toward the hands. Keep the feet about hips width distance apart. Hands about 6 to 8 inches in front of the feet, pressing the palms down. Let the head be heavy. Modified Uttanasana. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3 if you need those. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale. Exhale, 6. Inhale. Exhale, 7. Inhale. Exhale, 8. Inhale. Exhale, 9. Inhale. Exhale, 10. And soften the knees. Step the feet out as wide as the mat. Press out with the forearms, squeeze in with the knees coming into a squat, little yogi squat. I always like this in the morning, especially a hip flexor opener. Exhale, 1, inhale. Exhale, 2, inhale. Exhale, 3, inhale. Exhale, 4, inhale. Exhale, 5, inhale. Exhale, 6, inhale. Exhale, 7, inhale. Exhale, 8, inhale. Exhale, 9, inhale. Exhale, 10. Then just place the hands on the floor. Come sit down for a second. And we'll just chant Loka. Just make it very easy. Oh, that's the wrong. Loka samasta, your turn. Samasta, my turn. Sukino, Sukino, Bhavantu, Bhavantu, Loka samasta Sukino Bhavantu, Loka samasta Sukino Bhavantu. Together. Loka samasta Sukino Bhavantu. Just keep the eyes closed for a second. Let that vibration resonate within you. Loka samasta sukino bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be happy and free. And may the thoughts, the words, the actions of my own life contribute in some small way to that happiness and to that freedom for all. And that being willing to offer happiness and freedom to others is being willing to see them, right? To see that they want and desire happiness and freedom just like you desire it. And that seeing them is the removing of otherness. That finding something that is similar instead of always looking at the differences or trying to find the differences. Many times we always try to find the differences and we don't look for the things that are similar. Keeping the eyes closed, inhale deeply through the nose, fill up the lungs completely. Exhale everything out completely. Feel how expansive you are on that exhale. On the inhale, breathe in, fill up, and then exhale out again. Then inhale halfway to a comfortable level. Start with around a Kapalabhati, making short exhales on my clap. The inhales are happening. They're passive. This is a active Rajasic Kriya. You're heating up the body. You're becoming more aware of the breath. You're giving more than you're used to receiving. You're also waking up dormant energy at the base of the spine called Kundalini Shakti, which is unrealized consciousness. That ability to see others the way you see yourself. Start to slow that down and exhale everything out all the way to the bottom. Re-engage Mula Bandha if you let go of it. Reconnect to your Ujjayi Pranayama. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4. On the inhale, open the eyes. Come and stand at the front of the mat in Tadasana Mountain Seat. Big toes and heels touch. Tailbone moves toward pubic bone. Gazes at the horizon. Bring the hands together in undulating mudra. Set a higher intention for the practice today. That ability to see those things, those qualities in others that you want others to see in you. And exhale, hands by the side to Tadasana Mountain Seat. On the inhale, bring the hands together in undulating mudra, extend the arms. Exhale, folding over the legs, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Adva Uttanasana. Exhale, step or jump back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, look beyond the hands. Inhale, step or jump the feet in between the hands, lightly. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, rise up, extend the arms. Remember, you're not bending your knees to do that. Exhale, hands by the side to Tadasana, mountain seat, those habitual habits. On the inhale, bring the hands together in prayer, extend the arms. Exhale, folding over those straight legs, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Adva Uttanasana. Exhale, step or jump back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale, keep reaching forward as I pull back. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, look beyond the hands. Inhale, step or jump the feet in between the hands. Exhale, fold over straight legs. With straight legs, inhale, rise up, extend the arms. Exhale, hands by the side to Tadasana, mountain seat. One more time like that. On the inhale, bring the hands together in prayer, extend. Exhale, fold over the legs, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift the head and chest, prepare. Exhale, float back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, staying. Inhale. Exhale, quadriceps lift. Inhale. Exhale, lower ribs move in toward the spine. Inhale. Exhale, lengthening through the side of the body. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, look beyond the hands. Inhale, jump the feet in between the hands. Exhale, fold over legs. Straight legs, inhale, rise up, extend arms. Exhale, hands by the side to Tadasana, mountain seat. On the inhale, bend the knees, Utkatasana, awkward seat. Exhale, put hands on earth, extend legs, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift head and chest halfway. Exhale, step, jump, walk back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. On the inhale, step right foot forward, left heel down, rise up, warrior 1. Exhale, hands down to the earth, step back, bending the elbows, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot forward, right heel turns down, come up, Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, hands down to the earth, step back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, stay. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, look beyond the hands. Inhale, step or jump the feet in between the hands. Exhale, folding over the legs. Inhale, bend the knees, lift the torso up, Utkatasana, awkward seat. Exhale, stand up to Tadasana, mountain seat. Good for you. On the inhale, bend the knees, Utkatasana. Exhale, bring the hands together in prayer, heart center, twist over to the right. Bring the left arm on the outside of the right knee. Now, see if you can sit a little lower in your seat. Then place your left hand on the floor outside your left foot. You can use a block for that. That's terrific. But don't let your left elbow pop in front of your right knee. Then bring your right hand to your right hip. I know a lot of people like to immediately lift that arm in the air. Figure out what your hips are doing before you lift the arm in the air, because that's really what you're looking at, is hips. Shift your weight over into your right foot. Step your left foot all the way back into a long lunge like we did in the warm-up. You're not turning that heel down and opening the left hip. On your inhale, extend your right arm towards the windows, look into your right palm, and as you extend, rotate your lower left ribs toward the right side of the room. So open up your chest to the right. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2 right there, Jen Gonzalez. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. On the inhale, lightly step the left foot forward in between the hands. I'm sorry, next to the right. Exhale, bring the hands together in prayer, twist right. Inhale, come back to center Utkatasana, lift the torso up. Exhale, come stand up to Tadasana, mountain seat. Good for you. On the inhale, bend the knees, Utkatasana. Exhale, bringing the hands together in center of the chest, twist over to the left. Bring your right arm outside of your left thigh. Then sit lower in the seat. Put the right hand on the floor or a block outside your left foot. Rep. Then bring your left hand to your left hip. Figure out what your hips are doing. Shift your weight over into your left foot. Step your right foot all the way back without turning your right heel down, externally rotating the right leg. Then extend the left arm alongside the left ear. As you extend the left arm toward the windows, lift your lower right rib cage up and open the chest up over to the left. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. On the inhale, lightly step the right foot next to the left. Exhale, remain in a twist. Bring the hands together. Inhale, come back to center Utkatasana. Exhale, come stand up to Tadasana. Good for you. Bring the hands together in prayer in undulating mudra. Lift high on the balls of your feet, like in high heel shoes. Press those inner heels together. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Stay aloft. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, start to bend your knees. Descend your seat towards your lifted heels, like you're coming down in an elevator. Place your hands on the floor in front of your feet. Lift your hips up. Get your knees into your armpits or squeeze your upper arm bones with your knees. Start to look toward the windows, tilt weight into your hands. See if you can lift your toes off the ground, bring your toes to touch, and point your toes to the wall behind you. So Lauren, look at the windows, not your feet. Inhale, that's going to shift the weight and balance in your hands. Exhale, 2. So it's a counterweight. Exhale, 3. Inhale, good. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, step or jump back, chaturanga, your choice. Inhale, upward facing dog. Good for you. Exhale, downward facing dog. On the inhale, step the right foot forward, left heel down, rise up, warrior 1. Exhale, opening arms and hips, warrior 2. Inhale, extend the right leg. Move the right foot forward a little bit if you need to. David, turn your left foot toward the windows a little more. Then exhale, bend the right knee, warrior 2, and stay. Inhale. Exhale, pull the lower 2 ribs in. Inhale. Exhale. Make sure that the arms are even and parallel from front to back. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale, extend the right leg. Now look back at your left index finger without looking at your right. Look at your left index finger. So look behind you, Veronique. Now keep your gaze at your left index finger. Reach toward the windows. Trust that your foot is there. Place your hand on your right shin without looking down. Lift your left arm up. Keep looking at your left thumb and hand. Exhale, 1. Good. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Keep looking at your left thumb. Inhale, lift the torso up, shoulders over hips. Take your gaze back to your right index finger. Exhale, bend the right knee, place the right hand down outside the right foot. Inhale, left arm sweeps toward the windows, looking into the center of your left palm. Extended angle. So notice how it's like the twist. Inhale. Exhale, 1, but now the twist has become a side stretch. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. We're going to pull those ribs in. Inhale. Exhale, 5. On the inhale, gently place the left hand down. Exhale, step back to a downward facing dog. On the inhale, step the left foot forward, turn the right heel down, come up warrior 1. Exhale, open arms and hips, warrior 2. Inhale, extend the left leg, move the left foot forward a little bit if you need to, and turn the right foot in a little bit if you need to. Then exhale, rebend your left knee, Virabhadrasana 2, and stay. Arms are parallel and dynamic. Inhale. Exhale, lower ribs are moving in toward each other. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Now inhale, extend the left leg. Look back at your right index finger. Now reach to the left without looking to the left. Place your left hand down on your left shin. Raise your right arm up. Your gaze is at your right thumb now. Exhale, 1. Good. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Keep your gaze at your right thumb. On your inhale, lift all the way up. Then take your gaze to your left index finger. Exhale, bend your left knee. Place your left hand down outside your left foot. Then inhale, sweep your right arm toward the windows and look into the center of your right palm. Extended angle. Your lower ribs are going to pull in a little bit. There's going to be that external rotation of the ribs. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. On the inhale, gently place the right hand down. Exhale, step back to a downward facing dog. Good for you. On the inhale, come forward to a plank. Bring the big toes and heels to touch. Exhale onto the right hand, the outside of the right foot. Lift the left arm up, stacking the hips, stacking the feet. Looking at your left thumb again. Exhale, 1. Inhale, good. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale, gently come out to a plank. Exhale onto the left hand, the outside of the left foot. Raise the right arm up, side plank. Stay steady. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale, gently come out to a plank. Exhale, the knees, the chest, the chin to the earth. Resetting your shoulders. Inhale, slide forward, Bhujangasana. Exhale, tuck the toes under, push the seat back onto the heels and lift the knees up, downward facing dog. On the inhale, step the right foot forward in between your hands. Now, like we did when we were in the lunge in the warm-up, you're not turning down your left heel. So notice if that's the first thing you do, keep pushing through your left heel like a lunge. Look at the windows. Reach your arms alongside your body, reaching your arms back toward the wall where I am. Taking flight into warrior 3, start to shift the weight into the right foot, lift the left foot off the floor, and as you do that, turn your left toes down. Don't open your left hip. I know there's a desire to open the left hip. Close the left hip. Exhale, 1. Good, everybody. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Now listen. Inhale. Exhale, put your left hand down underneath your left shoulder. Use a block if you need to, especially if you drop in the shoulders. On your inhale, lift your right arm up and look up towards your right thumb, balancing. Keep those back leg muscles, left leg muscles active. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Good. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, put your right hand down. Frame your right foot with both hands. Inhale, lift the head and chest, look up, come to a flat back. And then exhale, fold forward, walk your fingers back in line with your right toes. You can move your blocks too, that's fine. Inhale, try to keep the left hip closed instead of opening. Exhale, 2. So how do I know if I'm opening? Well, I can feel that external rotation, and not everything is an external rotation. Exhale, 3. Sometimes we all think everything's external rotation. Exhale, 4. Sometimes you got to have internal rotation. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. On the inhale, lift the head and chest. Walk the hands forward. Exhale, bend the right knee. Inhale, step your left foot back into a lunge. Know the difference between your left and your right. And then exhale, step back, downward facing dog. So when I said bend the right knee, you were bending your standing knee. On your inhale, step your left foot forward in between your hands. Now, push through your right heel. Don't turn it down. Notice if you're trying to open the right hip. Look at the windows. Bring your arms alongside the body, reaching your arms back toward where I am. Think of taking flight. Shift weight into your left foot. On your inhale, lift your right foot off the floor, straightening your left leg, keeping the hip closed. Warrior 3. Balancing. Exhale, 1. Good. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, gently put your right hand down underneath your right shoulder. Inhale, lift your left arm up. As you lift your left arm up, look over your left shoulder to your left thumb, rotated half moon. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, put your left hand down. Inhale, lift your head and chest. And exhale, fold forward over your left leg. Notice if the first thing you want to do is turn the foot out and pull the hip up. Exhale, 1. So it's a closed hip on a standing split. Exhale, 2. Inhale, just knowing the difference of those things. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. And inhale, lift the head and chest. Walk your hands forward. Exhale, bend your left knee, your standing knee. Inhale, step your right foot back into a lunge because the leg is extended. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good for you. On the inhale, come forward to a plank. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, look through your hands. I like blocks for this. Inhale, shoot your legs through your hands and come sit down, extending your legs out in front of you. Dorsiflex the feet, lift the head and chest. And exhale, fold forward, hold on to the feet. Paschimottanasana. So tonight at midnight, tomorrow is Shivaratri. It is the celebration for Shiva. He becomes a bridegroom. He goes from a hermit yogi to getting married to Parvati. So it's a big celebration. It's like having like not a bachelorette party, but a bachelor's party. And actually, it's kind of like one of those kind of things that like people, like the metaphor there of Shiva getting married, he's kind of turned his back on everybody for a long time. He was married once before and it was really worked out terrible. There was a suicide. It was really bad stuff, So he just kind of for a few thousand years just decided he would not get involved with anybody. He'd sit in a cave and just meditate. And Parvati finally was reincarnated. She first was with him as Sati. She came back as Parvati. And she decides she's going to get married again with him. On your inhale, lift the head and chest. And exhale, hands by the hips. And then inhale, bend the right knee. Open up the right knee, place the right foot on the inside of the left thigh, twist the torso over the leg. Exhale, fold forward over the left leg, Janu Shirshasana. So Parvati goes to Shiva. She stands in front of him. People say she stands on her head. Other people say she stood on her one foot in tree seat. She does it. She comes into a yoga asana is what it is. And she keeps wanting him to open his eyes and see her, but he won't do it. Finally, after 1,000 years of her standing on her head or one foot, he finally opens his eyes and he looks at her and he says, "What do you want?" And she said, "I want to marry you." And he's like, "I'm not interested." And then I'll lift the head and chest, lift the right knee up, extend the right leg out. Switch sides, bend the left knee, open up the left knee, left foot on the inside of right, twist the torso over the right leg and fold forward. So he closes his eyes. He refuses to look at her. He refuses to give her darshan. And he meditates for another 1,000 years, and she continues to stand on her head or her one foot, whichever you believe. Finally, he opens his eyes again. He says, "What do you want?" After 1,000 years. And she says, "I want to get married. I want to marry you." Finally, he goes, "Okay, let's get married." So at that point, he opens his eyes and he really looks at her and he realizes that they want the same thing. And this union between Shiva and Parvati pulls him back into the world, makes him active in the world again. Lift the head and chest, lifting the left knee up, extending the left leg out in front of you. Then bend your knees, open up the knees, and bring your feet together. Using your thumbs, open up the soles of the feet like a book. And then exhale, fold forward, cobbler. And so here you get your external rotation you've been wanting. When he is willing to give darshan to Parvati and see her, then Shiva is also willing to give darshan to the rest of us, to everybody and every being in the phenomenal world. Because she is the world. She is the phenomenal world. So that metaphor of them unioning and marrying is really a metaphor of having the transcendental, that feels like it's far away from us, and that is close to us, Parvati, the phenomenal material world, unioning and coming into one, and there's no separation between the two of them. That's what that is. So tonight, going into tonight at midnight, going into Wednesday, is the union between transcendental and material, that no longer is it separated, that it has come together, it is married. And then I'll lift the head and chest. As you lift the knees up, cross your right ankle over the left, take your hands onto the blocks. Place your hands, I like a little block action for this. Lift your feet, lift your seat, give a little rock, give a little roll, jump, step back, walk back, chaturanga. Be creative. Creativity is also good. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. On the inhale, come forward to a plank. Exhale, the knees, the chest, the chin to the floor. Inhale, slide forward, cobra. And stay in cobra. Lift the hands off the floor. Exhale, 1. Inhale, good. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. And come down. And the Puranic stories, are really trying to convey the Vedas, but to like common people who maybe were not literate, right? Most of the world was not literate back then, right? So they couldn't read the Vedas or they couldn't understand them. And so these stories of Parvati and Shiva kind of sometimes play out a little bit like a I Love Lucy episode. They're almost very comical because they do have their like little disagreements, but those disagreements are about, the material world and the spiritual world coming together and the conflicts that may arise. But they always work it out, and she never leaves him and he never leaves her. Bend the knees, reach back, grab your ankles. Pull your navel toward the spine. On the inhale, kick the feet into the hands and lift up. And as they come together, you know, there's a more of a peaceful, harmonious energy within the loka or the bob that we're in. And then come down, relax. So that idea of the union between Shiva and Parvati is not just some story or a fairy tale. It's actually a metaphor for the yogi's life. Trying to unite everything that's going on outside of this room, in the street, in the world, and bring your spiritual practice, your sadhana to it, to bring a union and calming atmosphere to it. Like a household that really is centered in love and devotion. Bend the knees, reach back, grab the ankles. On the inhale, lift up, exhale 1, inhale. Exhale 2, inhale. Exhale 3, inhale. Exhale 4, inhale. Exhale 5, gently come down, relax. But it is kind of interesting that, you know, there's that one last party of the Bachelor coming on at midnight tonight. There's this, you know, and so like what happens is all around the world, people will make a hemp-based drink that's very potent. It's like eating a pot brownie, and they will get stoned and they'll chant the names of Shiva all night and into the day. They won't eat. They will just drink this kind of milkshake kind of drink, get really spaced out, smoke a lot of dope too. There's a lot of pot involved in it. Bring the left arm alongside the left ear. Roll over onto the left. Reach down, touch your heels. And then on the inhale, lift the hips to the lower, the middle back, clasp the hands together in a fist. So I think it's funny that there's this like the bachelor's night out one more time. Because then on Thursday, I have to be respectable. I have to become a husband and I have to become a father, right? Oh, I can't like just party and hang out with the boys all night. Very interesting that there's this kind of like maturity that happens. So that's what's going to happen tomorrow. There's a spiritual maturity that happens because no longer is the spiritual avoiding the world, it's coming in contact with the world. Release the hands, come down, middle back, the lower back, and the hips. From here, you can stay in your half bridge. If you would like to experience upward bow, place the hands next to the head, elbows toward the ceiling, fingers toward the shoulders. On the inhale, come up for your first upward bow. Inhale. Exhale 1. Good, David. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. What happens when you fold your mat? I don't know. Let's try this. I want to try this with you. Let's fold once, twice, 3 times. Now put your heels, you're going to have to slide down a little bit. Put the heels of your hand on that roll. And your it's like that. Hands next to the head. On the inhale, come up. A little better maybe. Exhale 1. Inhale. Open, hold up the wrist a little more. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Bring the chin to the chest. Come down. The upper, the middle, the lower back. Let's try this. because your heel of the hand is just lifting up a little.
Yeah, my wrists are kind of weird.
Yeah, well, it's just the carpal, right? Yeah, wherever you need to put them.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, place the hands next to the head on the inhale. Come back up. Better. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Still a little funky. Exhale 4. They're sliding. Inhale. Yeah, but the lift is good. Bring the chin to the chest and come down the upper, the middle of the lower back. You're just sliding on it. All right. Bring the knees into the chest. Give the knees a little hug. And then a little twist. Bring the knees over to the left side. Extend the right arm out, twisting. And then come back into the center. And then go over to the other side. And then come back to the center. And from here, you have a couple of choices. You can bring legs up the wall in Viparita Karani. You can open up the knees, bring the feet together in Supta Baddha Konasana if you're not practicing inversions today. Or come into shoulder stand, Salambasara Vangasana. All supported limb seat. Any one of those. We'll practice shoulder stand first. We'll also practice a little headstand. Okay? We'll be like Parvati. We'll stay on our top of our head for 1,000 years. Now, the other thing I find that's interesting that goes along with this exploration of the month is about Shivaratri is the idea that Shiva opens his eyes and actually sees Parvati and her desires. He is able to transform a little bit. Like this is what's interesting about the Puranic stories, right? And here again, Puranic stories are trying to convey the Vedic tradition, but in storytelling format. Unlike, the storytelling in the Abrahamic tradition, the divine make some changes. Like, you can say, oh, well, God told after the flood, God said, oh, I won't ever do that again. But God doesn't make a lot of like big changes in the Abrahamic tradition. They're like little tiny things. And usually after he gets mad, he gets angry and he punishes a bunch of people. And then he goes, oh, I won't do that again. That's kind of like the Judeo-Christian Abrahamic tradition. In the Puranic stories, the divine makes big changes all the time because it's seen in the Puranic tradition that time is not the same from when it started to now. And if humans are evolving and raising consciousness all the time, then that has to shift also within what's going on with the stories of the divine. That there has to be these realizations of consciousness within the divine and shifts in the divine. So you see that in the Shiva and Parvati stories, where Shiva and Parvati are always, it's like I said, it's like a I Love Lucy episode. There's always these shifts that are changing and happening. Within the, if you're looking at the Vaishnav tradition, you know, Vishnu has 9 avatars that he takes, or physical forms he takes, that he comes to the earth in physical forms. The first time he comes to the earth, it's as a fish. The second time, it's as a tortoise. The third time, it's as a boar, right? So the first 3 avatars are animals. Then he comes back as this magical creature that's half man, half lion. So he's kind of in between. Then he comes back as a dwarf. Then he comes back as a plowman. Then he comes back as a prince. Then he comes back as a kingmaker. And in each of those avatars, there's a little bit of an evolution that happens within consciousness. He goes from just a tortoise who just wants to protect Lakshmi in the Vedas, to Krishna, who really is trying to save humanity. Very interesting. So even within the context of that cycle of the divine becomes more consciousness in this tradition. If you're in shoulder stand, flex the feet, let the toes touch the floor behind the head. Clasp the hands together in a fist, extending the arms away. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Bend the knees, bring the knees alongside the ears. Hold on to the back of the knees. Karnapidasana, inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Then place the hands on the floor. Slowly come down 1 vertebrae at a time until the hips touch the floor. Extending the legs out in front of you. From here, if you have legs at the wall or you're wearing Supta Baddha Konasana, if you'd like to experience Matsyasana fish, lay down on the back, turn the palms to face upward, press in the elbows, puff up the chest, come onto the top of the head, fish, inhale. Exhale, 1, inhale. Exhale, 2, inhale. Exhale, 3, inhale. Exhale, 4, inhale. Exhale, 5, inhale. Exhale, 6, inhale. Exhale, 7, inhale. Exhale, 8, inhale. Exhale, 9, inhale. Exhale, 10. Bring the chin to the chest and come down. Draw the knees into the chest. Give the knees a little hug. Roll over to the left side. And from here, come on to the hands and knees. Now here, you're going to have a choice. You can go to the wall and you can practice headstand, handstand, forearm stand, or a combination of any of those 3 asanas. So inversion time, but I'm going to let inversion time be up to you. You can use the wall. You cannot use the wall. You can just do a headstand. That's fine. If you want to practice handstand, you could do a little handstand. If you want to do L-shaped handstand, you can do a little L-shaped handstand. If you want to play around with forearm stand, you can do a little forearm stand. Whatever it is you would like to do today for your inversion. Good, Jen. So that was a good start. So place the hands down. Now look in between your hands. Now lift your favorite leg up. Okay. And then bend your standing knee. Now keep this leg straight though, like we did in Warrior 3. And then kick up. 1, 2, 3, lift. Good. And then once you lift, stay up with me. I got your hips. Now pull your ribs in because you could stick it. See that? No, squeeze your legs together. Squeeze your legs together. Really squeeze Mula Bandha so don't let your legs come heavy. You got to keep that pushing up. Good. Good, good, good. 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 Good for you. Yeah, that was good. Yeah. So just when you come up, just remember you got to keep those muscles contracted. Don't let them go relax. Because if they relax, they get heavy. And then you're going to come down. Yeah. That's the hardest part is just to remember. You okay, David?
Starting that way, you think is the best?
Yeah. And don't bend this. Just remember, that's your counter lever that lifts you up. The leg that's in the air. So that's lifting you up. The other one's got to come with you, but then squeeze and lift and push, squeeze. Yeah. Good. 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 Yay. David, I'll come over there. So look forward. That's your problem. You're looking at the windows and it's causing you to not kick up high enough. 1, 2, 3. Lift, 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 lift. Now look at the mat edge in front of you. Push the floor away. Good. Good. That was good. All right. Slowly start to plan your descent. Rest in a child seat. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Inhale. Exhale 6. Inhale. Exhale 7. Inhale. Exhale 8. Inhale. Exhale 9. Inhale. Exhale 10. Then just lift the torso up. And let's make our way into Shavasana, corpse seat. You can lay down with your head toward the windows, your feet toward the door. Put a blanket on top of you if you're a little cool. And here, allow the breath now just to simply breathe the body. You don't have to breathe in any special way. Let the body become heavy by letting go of Mula Bandha. And finally, just with that heaviness in the body, let the earth completely support the body. Shavasana, corpse seat. Gently start to deepen the breath. And as you deepen the breath, make small movements with the fingers and toes. Stretch the arms overhead. Stretch the arms and legs in opposite directions. Stretch the right side more than the left. Stretch the left side more than the right. Stretch both sides. And then gently draw the knees into the chest. Give the knees a little hug. And roll over to the right side. And then gently press the left palm into the earth, lift the torso up. Come up to a seated position for a very brief meditation practice. So setting up nice and tall, close the eyes. And as you close the eyes, start to draw the senses inward, letting my voice be the last thing to leave. Become aware of the breath again and allow the breath to deepen in a relaxed way. And then start to focus the mind. And to help you focus on the inhale, silently chant Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. And then exhaling Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. And allow the breath to match the mantra. And the mantra to match the breath. Inhaling deeply. Exhaling everything out. Inhale for the sound of Om. 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 Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bringing the hands together in undulating mudra and bowing the head slightly. May all beings everywhere be happy, be free, and may the thoughts, the words, the actions of my own life contribute in some small way to that happiness and to that freedom for all. Namaste. Thank you all so much. Don't forget, this weekend, my friend Matthew's going to be back. He was with me for New Year's Eve. He's going to be doing a for your tender heart, a journey with Hanuman. It's going to be storytelling. It says there's like some gentle back bending. I did a Hanuman Nasana workshop that was not gentle. It was hard. This is going to be gentle, he said, and I believe him. So it's going to be about the spiritual and the emotional heart. So how to like really develop the spiritual and the emotional heart. So come to that on Sunday. It should be lovely. Also, Christine Hoffman's going to be back at the end of the month. And Friday, I'm meeting with somebody to see if we can't find a space for a 300-hour teacher training this year. We've had a lot of requests for a 300-hour again. And I was not going to do one in 2025 because I was just like, the energy doesn't feel right, but everybody's asking. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe my intuition is wrong. So I'll let you know more on that. I think that's kind of what people are kind of realizing. I think we've been in a funk for like since November. Everybody's been like, oh my God. And now it's like, okay, so now how are we going to combat this? Well, we got to do something. Yeah, it's like, and not, I feel like that, like, it's not the same as 2020, which was all just kind of anger. This is like more like, okay, we got to be smart about this. It's very scary. There's a lot of dark forces out there.